The DCEU is dead. The James Gunn verse is on its way. And I already have a video talking about all the upcoming stuff for the DC with this James Gunn-led universe, so check that video out. But I figured, let's take a look back at what was and talk about what this universe was, taking a look at each movie and putting them into a tier list. Now, I haven't actually seen all of these. Should I get those out of the way now? Let's get those out of the way now. I did not see Birds of Prey. I did not see The Suicide Squad. And I did not see Peacemaker. From what I've heard, I don't remember hearing much about Birds of Prey, period. But from what I'm hearing, I think I just eliminated like the two best things from this universe. Which is interesting because who's responsible for those? James Gunn. Right? I got that right? But everything else I have seen. So let's, oh wait, I did not see this. I looked right over this one. Are you expecting me to have seen this? Are you expecting anyone to have seen this? Well, you're talking about this universe. You should see everything if you're going to talk about it. No, I don't have to. That's actually the crazy part is I don't have to. But let's get started with Aquaman. So this could be an interesting tier list off rip because it's like for movies, S, or like for this universe, S. Different things. Because what's S tier for this universe might be like B tier, period. So, I'd probably be a blend of both. I'll probably bring some things up because I'm like, well, compared to everything else, this is good. But some things might be weighed down because I'm like, other movies I saw are significantly better. So, Aquaman. Aquaman was a good, fun time. You watch this. This is before Amber Heard's reputation fucking shit the bed. But, I had a lot of fun watching this. Do I remember much from it? Not overly. This one, it made Aquaman cool in a lot of people's minds. Brought Momoa to the forefront for a lot of people. If people who haven't seen Game of Thrones are like, who the fuck is this hunk? But let's just put it A. Right? For this universe, that feels right. Batman v Superman. What? I don't even want to say full-on disappointment, but underwhelming. So there's also the introduction to Ben Affleck's Batman. And the first time I actually saw it, I wasn't as big into Batman as I am now. I wouldn't say I'm like a huge Batman fan, but I appreciate the character much more now than I did when this movie came out. So him killing and him being the type of Batman he was in this didn't bother me. So that's gonna weigh in where it's like first viewing, enjoyed Ben Affleck's Batman a lot. And I still think, even regardless of how my opinion of Batman has changed, I think he does a great job for what is asked of him to do with the Batman. I know he has a lot of say with his character in this, but I liked his performance as the Batman they wanted. But now, being bigger into Batman, the him killing thing now does actually kind of irritate me, and I think it just kind of takes away from what makes Batman so great. Martha, it just you get it because it's like you have a mom named Martha, I have a mom named Martha. I know what losing her did to me. You seem to care about her maybe in a way that I cared about my mom, and it humanizes Superman to him in this moment. But that moment is lessened because he kills. So it's like, okay, why do you give a shit if you now see him as a human? If you're gunning other people down, again, which Batman shouldn't kill, but let's just slap it and see. Doomsday was fucking ugly. I don't even really remember Wonder Woman, what she did in this movie. She just kind of pulled up. I did like Ben Affleck's Batman, first viewing ship, and I still think his performance as it was actually pretty good. Henry Cavill as Superman, everyone knows that's great. But, I mean, just the casting of it, maybe not the writing of it, but it's pretty much it. Black Adam, I got into an argument when I worked at Olive Garden in the kitchen with another guy who worked there, who I think did something inappropriate with a minor. Didn't know that at the time. Fuck that guy. But Black Adam, he was defending Black Adam. So if you defend Black Adam, you're on par with someone like that. So Black Adam was a bad. It's just not too often am I watching a movie and just conscious of like, oh, this is bad. And I watched it because my sister and I don't know if they were married at the time when this movie came out, but my sister and her now husband were there, and I was sitting next to him, and we would just look over at each other and be like, yo, what the fuck is happening? This movie's ass. This movie fucking sucks. This dialogue is terrible. What are the motivations here sometimes? Fucking F. Blue Beetle. I actually had a pretty fun time watching it. I remember at first being disappointed because I kind of like... I like when Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle feels a bit of pressure of carrying on the Blue Beetle name that Ted Kord had. And I knew that Kord was like Kord Industries and the Kord family was involved, but I went into it thinking that Ted Kord would have like really no impact at all, and then they teased him at the end, which I thought could have built up to it. But anyway, I got that was a sidetrack for like what I would have preferred in the movie. The actual movie itself, I don't know, man. I had fun watching it. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, I had fun. That's really it. I was like, this movie didn't impact me in any way. The plot was pretty generic, but, you know, just a fun teenage superhero movie. I'm going to put it in B. It was fun. All right, Justice League. This is the Whedon one. This is the first release. Theatrical release. What the fuck happens in this one? You know what's weird? The scenes that I'm thinking about from this movie are the ones I'm remembering. I think we're only in this. Like, I'm remembering a lot of the Cyborg stuff off the top of my head. Doesn't play a role here. I mean, this movie caused a huge fan movement because they were like, can we please see the other version? And I'm going to be honest, a Justice League movie without Seven, it rubs me the wrong way. Was there promotional stuff about Aquaman at some point uniting the Seven, and then we don't get Seven? Yes, that was weird that happened. Shows you just how unorganized that universe was. We're introduced to Ezra Miller's Flash, okay? I've said this before. The Flash is my favorite superhero, period. Specifically Wally West. But I still, have a lot of love for Barry Allen. And then when I saw his portrayal, I was like, Barry's not like that. He's not... I could see Barry being slightly awkward, but in like a... I don't know. Not in that jittery... Ooh, brunch? What is brunch? And I don't know, just overly like I get adding the fidgety mannerisms because he's the Flash, so he has all this energy. But that type of vibe that the Flash was getting, like that style of awkwardness, I just don't like. I don't think the Flash needs to be this overly awkward character. Having some slight, quirks to him, like a more shy awkwardness, I think makes more sense for an orphan, kind of, with his dad being in jail. Like, I get making him kind of weird, a little bit of an outcast, but to that degree, I think was too far. But we're just going to put it in D. I was thinking, like, what are the saving graces for the movie? And then I was just like, none. But, like, it wasn't, I don't know. It wasn't Black Adam bad. Whatever. Man of Steel. All right, so this is an interesting one. This was a solid start. I'm going to put this one in... Man, for this universe, maybe it's A. Henry Cavill was, like, built in a lab to be Superman. But then in the situations he's in... to be Superman, everything else around him is just not clicking. It's not going well. I don't know. Superman Origin, which I mean, I think this is still a good watch, but I feel like you just have to watch this and then just drop the universe. Like, I don't know. You can watch this and have a good time. The only reason to watch this movie is Henry Cavill as Superman. The fight scenes, I'll say, with Zod and his Goonies and them coming to town, a lot of that I did enjoy. Clark Kent's father, his human father, sacrificing himself. I feel like they could have done that scene a little better, but overall, like, the point it hits was good. Fucking getting sucked up into a tornado, no pause, was it interesting choice. But yeah, we'll just put it at A. I mean, Henry Cavill as Superman shines through and carries it. That's all this comes down to. Okay, so this is the first Shazam. First Shazam, I did really like. The complaints about how he gets more childish when he's a superhero, fair. I mean, that's just going to leave it that as fair. Maybe he feels less restricted when he's that superhero, and because of maybe some of the traumas that inner kid, even though he's still a kid, he's like 14 or whatever in this movie, but that even, younger inner kid gets to come out more. I could buy that explanation, so I won't hold it too much against it. The family coming together in this movie, the found family coming together in this movie, especially at the end, I really enjoyed the Seven Sins. And then the main villain for this movie, I actually really like. This might be my favorite of this universe, in all honesty, which isn't saying much. It's not a high bar to clear. But this first Shazam movie, I actually really liked. Literally, because my brother-in-law hadn't seen the first Shazam when we saw Black Adam, but me and my younger sister had, and we were like, yo, let's fucking watch a better movie than that. And we literally, right after watching this, we came home and put this on, and we were like, see? And he was like, yeah, that's way better. That's a good movie. This is a good movie. For this universe, it's S. I wouldn't put it S for movies, period. But for this universe, I'm going to put it S. Then we get Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And I don't think I hated it as much as everyone else, but it was not. It did not live up to the first one. Him being significantly more childish when he goes Shazam, I can only defend so much. And it can only go on for so long. Like I said, I can excuse it in the first movie with the reasoning I gave, but eventually with the family, his family there, he should feel more comfortable. He should grow out of that a little bit. Like, my favorite stuff about my favorite scenes of Shazam are just some that I've seen in cartoons where he kind of pushes back against the Justice League a bit, and that wisdom of Solomon kicks in, but with this optimism of the youth that he has within him. And it's like, okay, he's still young, but he has this maturity to him, this love of being a hero, and you're just like, that scene could never happen with this Shazam, and I don't like that. But I don't know. The gods, weird age gap for a relationship. We'll just slap it at C. I don't know. Okay, the first Suicide Squad. Jared Leto's Joker. Did I hate it like everyone else? No. Did I like it at all? Not particularly. I don't hate them going a crazy direction with the Joker because it's like, let's try something different. But you can only get so many points via attempt. So, the storyline is loose as fuck in this one, I think. Honestly, it's pretty forgettable. Let's just slap it in D. Let's talk about the first Wonder Woman. First Wonder Woman, solid period flick with Wonder Woman in it. The Ares reveal was iffy. I mean, it was cool. It was aight. It was whatever. But overall, her and Chris Pine's character, I'm trying to remember his name, the relationship, I bought it. That's a pretty big thing. I don't even have to love a relationship in a movie, but I at a minimum need to buy it, and I bought it for this one. I don't know, man. This was a pretty good Wonder Woman movie. Gal Gadot also feels like she's just perfect for playing Wonder Woman. I mean, at least in terms of physical appearance, her acting, I think it held. I think it was pretty good in this one. Let's put it A. I mean, I'm just gonna. It's like her performance as Wonder Woman, her look as Wonder Woman, helps it up a little bit, and then the believable relationship she has with other characters, and it pulls it up. Just some of the nice. I do like period. I do like historical movies sometimes, at least a little bit. So that's gonna help it. We're just gonna put it nice, comfortably in A. But then Wonder Woman 84, I remember hearing that this movie was bad, going into it, enjoying it for most of it, and then at some point during the movie, I was just like, it's falling apart in terms of enjoyment. It just started to go all over the place. Let's say C. Let's go with a C. All right, Justice League Snyder Cut. I am all for 4-hour films, especially when they just come to streaming and that's where you're watching it. So the time, not a problem, especially at home. And the way it's cut up and edited, it literally sections off the movie. There's like, how many parts are in this movie? I don't even remember. There's like 4 to 8 parts or something. You could just, title screen for a part. This is a break. I can stop right now. So the length isn't that big of an issue to me. Cut it up to a series. You can cut it up to a series if you want and take little breaks with each part. Take an intermission at the halfway part. Regardless, it's definitely better than this one. It added a lot of more character to Cyborg, including some more banter. Or was that also in the first one? See, this is what's going to fuck me up is like, what was in what? Off memory, but the banter he has with the Flash, probably the only enjoyable thing about the Flash was some of his interactions with Cyborg. You see Martian Manhunter. I like Martian Manhunter. Would love to have had him in this. In my mind, Martian Manhunter should be a consistent 7. My Justice League in my head, obviously Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the big 3, and then it's the Flash. Pick one, it's a Flash, and it's a Green Lantern. So those are those 5 right there. And then to me, it's Martian Manhunter, and then it's probably then Aquaman. Like if I was picking a 7, it would be that one. Could you swap them out for like, I loved Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, so put a Hawkgirl in there, no problem at all. But yeah. Anyways, that's my 7 in my mind. But this movie is all right. It's better than D. I'm going to put it in B ultimately. I'm just going to give it some props for like a dumbest, longest thing ever, but that a studio eventually listened to the audience, listened to the fans, and gave them what they wanted. Was it some perfect, great film? No. Was it better than what we had originally received? I definitely think so. I'm going to put it 2 slots ahead of it and put it in B. So that ends this. So, Shazam. Solely alone in S. It's my favorite movie from this one. And I don't know, because it's just simple, it's fun. I don't know. Everyone feels like how they're Everyone feels like how they're supposed to be. Again, with the acknowledgement of, yeah, he gets less mature when he goes Shazam. Noticeably more childish when he goes Shazam. But I said I can live with that. It's just my favorite one. And I don't know. I would feel weird leaving S blank altogether in a tier list, so we're just going to put that one in S. A tier. Aquaman. Good, fun film. Some cool visuals in there with some under-the-sea stuff. Just a good time. Man of Steel. This is really heavily carried by Henry Cavill being built to be Superman. And then some cool action scenes. Wonder Woman. Again, I think Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot is great. Her relationships with the characters in it are good. Period piece. I like it. A. B. Blue Beetle. Had fun watching Blue Beetle. Simple as that. Justice League. The Snyder Cut. They listened to the fans, gave them what they want. It improved upon a film. It improved upon what we had originally gotten. Added some weight to Cyborg. Gonna put it B. C. Batman v Superman. Okay. Whatever. Like, just underwhelming, but Henry Cavill, still in it, and I'm going to enjoy that. I liked Ben Affleck's Batman my first watch through. Now looking back, I just like his performances, what they wanted from Batman, but don't like how they had Batman. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, just an inferior version, just an inferior sequel. Weird age gap relationship. I don't like when movies do those. That one was more of like a, hey, the actors are similar in age, like biologically these people they're closer. But yeah. And then Wonder Woman 84 was good for like the first half of the movie, and then it just started to fall apart. But ultimately, I'm just gonna give it an okay. D. That first Suicide Squad movie is just forgettable. Justice League. I don't know. When there's a better version of the movie, of the same movie out, it's just gonna go lower. F. Black Adam. Fuck, terrible film. And then I hadn't seen Birds of Prey, The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and The Flash. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you agreed with most, what you disagreed with most, what else you want to see on this channel. I got a lot more coming. My Gen 2 Pokemon and what they're based on video has done extremely well for like my standards. It has like, it's close to 200 views right now, which is a shit ton for me. 20 likes. I mean, huge. Like, just, I don't know. I'm really glad with how that's performed. And then the shorts for it have done very well. So that's going to get a sequel. Gen 3 is going to be done way sooner than I thought I would have done it. That's just got moved up the list on what to work on. That's coming. I'm still going to stream Spore Hero and then do a Wevault video on it. But wait for all that to come. Like this video. Subscribe for more. And as always, keep gaming. This is an end screen. Giving time to click on a vid. I don't know where it's gonna be. Or subscribe. This is a fucking end screen. A motherfucking end screen. Subscribe, please.